What better way to start off the new year than with a brand new Disney Cars diecast? I was hoping that it would be a better diecast than this, but oh well. It's a new diecast nonetheless. Of course, it's Doug Crankel, everyone, so welcome on back to the Cars Garage. Just got this guy for Christmas. Actually, I got two Doug Crankles for Christmas, and I actually have another one on the way, which is very surprising. I really didn't think I'd get him because he came out in around like mid 2023 in 2023 Singles Case D, and he was reissued later in Case F. And Case D is just showing up at Canadian Walmart stores now. So I've been able to find a couple of them, and then I already ordered one from Mr. Docket a little while ago. So that one will come in soon. Hopefully, it'll be on better condition because these two that I have are not on the best conditioned cards, unfortunately. They're all like crunched up in the corners. This one's like coming off the blister. But oh well, we're going to be opening them up today. Doug Crankle though. It's so bad. Obviously, if you don't know, if you can't tell, he's the wrong color. Mattel completely screwed up this release. They made him gray. He's supposed to be green. I mean, just look at that artwork. He's a green car. And he's gray on the diecast. The thing is, it's not really all Mattel's fault. It's actually more so Disney and Pixar's fault because I believe that it was them that actually sent Mattel, you know, a gray artwork of Doug, which, I mean, obviously, if they send them a gray artwork, they're going to assume Doug is supposed to be gray and they're going to make a gray diecast. So it makes sense. And we know this because of this Color Changers release of Doug here, which actually has the artwork showing him to be gray. So clearly, this is the artwork without like the color changing effect to it that they probably sent to Mattel originally. I don't know when. Like they probably like make these cars, put them in production like a year before we actually see them hit the pegs. You know what I mean? So obviously they probably had them in production for a while, already being gray. They made the color changers release of them gray. They made the mini racers release of them gray, and of course they made the 155 scale diecast release of them gray as well. And it's unfortunate because he could have been a really cool car. Unfortunately, he looks like a very botched car. I mean, I can't think of a better word to describe him as botched. Yeah, just like didn't go as planned, you know what I mean? Anyways, though, this is the very first ever car, in a long time at least, to be like a deluxe car, like a bigger, oversized type car, in a singles pack. Of course, this is not your typical singles package design. Usually the blister would only be like up to there. This one has to be raised up because, of course, Doug has his big old brain on top coming out because he's a zombie. He's an actor in the B movie episode of Cars on the Road, seventh episode of the Disney Plus TV series. That's a good episode, though, and this is actually the first diecast Mattel released from it. So not like too late because they first started making Cars on the Road diecast in what 2022 Singles Case L. So like a couple cases before the last one of the year, and then Doug came out in Case D 2023. So only took about 6 cases or so for Doug to come out. So not too bad, especially when he really is just a background character. Doesn't really have anything to say or do in the episode. But they said they released him pretty early on because I don't know. They could have done some other ones from that episode, which probably would have made more sense, but they eventually did do a few, like McQueen Deputy Hazard, Bella Cadabra, but that was it for 2023. Anyways, new for 2023 up there. The artwork is much smaller, of course, because they had to like shrink the background, the whole Carburetor County background there, and like raise up the map and the red part, which is understandable. Looks cool though. Like to see like a variant packaging of the cars on the road. Classic design we all know and love. There's a logo there. And they moved the metal logo down here to the bottom left hand corner. Now that I think of it, that's probably why they did that for all the cars on the road diecast after KST. It's probably because they didn't want to just do it for some, because usually it would be like in the top right hand corner of the map. Then they moved it, kind of just like out of the blue, down here in the bottom left hand corner. That's probably why, because they knew that they were going to start making bigger diecasts like this, because they eventually did some more, like the old Quadratorchosaur, Westphalanopus, those big old heifers, I'll call them. Anyways, let's move it on out to the back now, see what's back there. Nothing too good, as seen on Cars on the Road. And you got Gerson Marshall, Greebles, Doug himself, K-Pillar, Derev, Griswold, and Royce Revsley. So a lot of 2022 releases. Gerson's the only 2023 one. Well, technically they were all released in 2023, but kind of just carryovers. There's Doug's stock image. Looks pretty nice. He's still gray even in the stock image. So clearly this was, I don't think intentional. I think they messed up, but it was really Disney and Pixar's mess up that caused Mattel to mess up. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty much it for the packaging. I don't really know which one I'm going to open because, like I said, they're both on pretty damaged card. But this one, I don't know. It's kind of like all bent in the corner, full of white marks. This one, like the only real damage is that it's kind of coming off the card. I can glue that, so I think I'm going to open this one. And yeah, I'll get another one in the mail soon. Hopefully that one will be on perfect condition because if I'm able to, have two that are pretty good in the package, I want to open one, or if one's damaged, I guess I'll probably open one of them. And I want to paint him and make him green. I want to make him accurate. So hopefully we can do that one day. But for now, let's crack this big old zombie car open. Is it just me, or does he get even grayer out of the packaging? Like, I don't know, guys. This car, he's just one heck of an inaccurate diecast. The more I look at him, the more I realize, what was Mattel thinking? It's not really their fault, but still, I feel like I should blame them because they're still the ones at the end of the day that brought this disgusting creature into the world. Okay, I'm being too harsh on Doug. He's not that bad, but he is kind of ugly. Like, I guess it's inevitable. He's a zombie car. He'd be ugly either way, whether he was green or gray. But I don't know, the gray just, I don't know. I guess I don't know what it does. It just makes it look really weird, really strange. I just don't really like gray in general. I mean, I know I painted my room gray, as you can tell back there, but it's just not really a color that I like all that much, especially on cars diecast. I like colorful cars, like McQueen. I made her like brown. I don't mind brown. I like brown a lot, actually. So that's like an exception. But gray, it's just a bland color. I just don't really think it belongs on a car, like maybe a slate gray, but this color, it's just, I don't know. It's just ugly. It just looks like a primer, I guess. Actually, Primer McQueen's cool. I'm getting off topic though. Anyways, I do want to show you guys where Doug appears at in the B movie episode of Cars on the Road. Obviously, he is a zombie actor in the episode. We see him drive past the title card in the beginning, and then in a couple other background scenes, we see him just kind of chilling in the back lot with some other parked cars. The funny thing is, though, we never actually get to see him act at all in the episode, except in the very end when he's got a whole other paint job. He's yellow. He's got the whole like brain on wheels attire on him, and that's when like the whole movie kind of like shifts focus and turns into like a sing and dance type film, and it's not even Attack of the Space Zombies from Planet B or whatever the heck it was called anymore. That's when Bella Cadaver decided to shift it in a new direction. And the funny thing is, there is a lot of other zombie cars throughout the episode. And thinking about it, Mattel really should be making all the zombie actors from the B movie episode. So if they do, they better not be gray because then it really is their fault. Then they're the only ones to blame because it's not like Disney and Pixar would send them gray artworks of all those other zombies, you know what I mean? So then it would be their fault. So I guess I can't fault them for this one, even though I still kind of want to. But then if they do more all gray, then it's their fault. Then I can blame them. Anyways, very cool expression on Doug. Not as cool as it really could have been, to be completely honest. Back there, Mater. Um, but I don't know. It's not bad. I think that his mouth could be open more. It would make him look more animated. The eyes are nice, though. I like them. He's looking straight forward. Oh, actually, you know what? The eyes don't seem to be completely centered. I think they're supposed to be. Yeah, they are. Never mind. What am I talking about? No plastic eye plate, though. It's kind of strange. I thought he'd have one. Probably because all the plastic on the brain up there. I actually zoomed in too much. You can barely see the brain. We'll pay attention to that in a second, but I just want to look at the actual die-cast car part of him. It's a cool model. I've never seen this model really used before. It has been, but I've never had a car from it. I think there was only one, and it was Todd Crash, who's like a demo derby fan in Cars 3. They released him, I think, 2018, 2019, sometime around then. And then they canceled another car with this model, Emily Engine, who I believe was also at the demo derby in Cars 3, or maybe she was at the Cotter Pin. I forget. Maybe Todd was at the Cotter Pin too. I forget, but he's pretty rare these days. I don't have him. I should definitely get him one day. Hopefully, maybe they'll re-release him one day. Now that they're, bringing the model back and everything with Doug. It's a cool model for sure. But it doesn't look good with this color of gray. I gotta say, it doesn't really look like right because it's such an old looking car, like the model, and then just to have like a boring color of gray, I don't know, it doesn't really feel right. Gray feels like a more of a modern color for a car to me at least. big square headlights in the front with like circles inside and like a little orange, little amber light on the bottom, probably for the turn signal. Little grill, nicely detailed grill. Like, oh, that's accurate. The bumper, is that a plastic piece? Yeah, it is. That's unfortunate. But, I mean, it really should be all grimy and dirty, like the artwork shows us, but it's not. It's all nice and clean. Cool mouth. You can see his teeth. I don't know if they're real teeth, probably just fake ones. Because, yeah, actually, looking off at the artwork now, you can see on Doug's artwork, he actually has like very like singular teeth, and those look like real teeth to me. Huh, and they're all like yellow, and these teeth don't really look like that. I mean, there's a little bit of a gap there, but it's more like a teeth plate like McQueen has, whereas Mater, he has you know, like individual teeth, and that's kind of like what Doug's supposed to have, and he doesn't. But I don't know. Kind of weird. I don't think there's a lot to say good about this car, to be honest. It seems like a kind of a train wreck, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. But his rims, I guess they're not bad. The axle in the middle is a little distracting, but Thailand always does that, so can't really point that out. Or we can, but we can't really fault him for it, I guess. His mirrors are separate plastic pieces. They look cool though. They're nice. Yeah, I keep looking off to the side for reference because I feel like there's bound to be other mistakes on this guy. The windows are kind of covered up, but they're still like plastic pieces. And then on the back, no license plate. It's kind of strange. He does have his little taillights, some kind of little like logo maybe, or maybe a trunk opener. I don't think this is a real model of car. It's just a made up one by Pixar, I assume. Well, yeah, it definitely is because it would have some branding on it somewhere. Very glossy though. Like this, it's kind of cool, but it's not what it's supposed to look like. Plastic bumper on the back too. I hate when you can see the plastic lines going through it. That's just bad. That's just bad for me. But I don't know. Doug Crankel. Zooming out a little so you can get the full look at his brain and everything. The brain part is cool. Like, that's the best part about him. I don't usually like. I really don't like stuff like that. I don't like gory, like brain kind of zombie stuff. Like if I'm decorating for Halloween, I go more so like with the spooky side. Like I prefer like mummy costume Luigi, ghost costume Guido, or even like Mallory Carhut. Yes, I did bring all the Halloweenish kind of cars out for this one. I don't really care for stuff like this, like the zombies and stuff, but I've seen zombies before on Minecraft. Never really seen like the big brain. I don't really get that. Why does he have such a big brain? I guess he's like a zombie alien. That's what they call the movie. Interesting. It's probably like made in Frankenstein's lab. I don't know. I don't know much about monsters and all that kind of stuff, but yeah, I guess like a Frankenstein's monster kind of a deal going on. I don't know. It's pretty cool though. Like all the veins, kind of gross actually, but it's kind of cool, I guess. All the veins going through. It's something I never thought I'd see on a Cars diecast. That's for sure. Like if you go back to the original 2006 Desert diecast line that they made for the first Cars movie, and then you show us this, it's just like there's no comparison. Some of the Cars diecasts for Cars on the Road are very crazy and out there. That's cool. I like that, but sometimes it's just a bit too much. But I mean, I like that kind of stuff, I guess. So it's cool. It's different, Pretty tall. Like got some yellow on the sides of the brain, but it's like a lime green color everywhere else. I don't want to take a bite out of it. It looks like a big like, candy apple gummy or something. Like those sour candy or like green apple gummies. That's what it kind of reminds me of. It's cool. It's different, that's for sure. I just wish his color was right, but the brain part is really nice. I do like that. I didn't think it was gonna be that nice. It's a little grainy looking because it's Thailand, of course, but it's not bad. I don't know. The expression's kind of growing on me. It's really just a color. They could have even like put the axles of the wheels out. Could have made them like stick out like they are on the artwork again. Let's show it again for reference. See how like all the wheels are coming out. That would have been cool. They didn't do that. Like the mouth could have been open more, or they could have just given some raised suspension, kind of like they did with Jeremy. That was cool. I kind of wish they would have done that for Doug. I don't know, but it really just comes down to the color. If he had the right color, I don't really think I'd be complaining about him all that much. I think he would have probably gotten a pass from me. Anyways, though, yeah, not really much else to show. Not really much else to compare him with. Nothing. I don't really think I can compare with Meldorado because they both kind of suck. They're both sedans that are the wrong color, but other than that, they're really not that similar. Hanging them up, They deserve to be banged up, though. They both suck. Thailand cars don't seem to chip, so I'm not really worried about it. I always like clack my cars together on accident, usually. But I gotta say, never really see any chips on my Thailand cars. It's always the Chinese ones that always used to chip. So Thailand is all right. I do have these little mini racers from the B movie episode. Of course, Lightning McQueen, Deputy Hazard, and President Mater, who is coming very soon in 2024, so that's good. And then we have Bella Cadavra and Lightning McQueen in their 2-pack there. I didn't review it yet because I don't know, it's kind of rare, so I'll probably wait until it goes down in value a little, and hopefully, if I find another one, then I'll open it for sure. And yeah, other than that, I think that'll have to do it. Oh yeah, I do want to point out, I forgot to mention, this kind of just tops it all off. Doug's voice actor, Doug Frankel, or not voice actor, sorry, but I don't think he has a voice actor because he didn't really talk. But the guy that his name is based off of, he's an animator for Cars on the Road. Get this. Wouldn't it be funny if he was the guy that actually, told everyone to like go reanimate, or maybe he's the one that like reanimated all the zombies to make them green? Wouldn't that be funny? His name's Doug Frankel. Car's name is Doug Crankel, of course. So obviously it's like a pun on crankshaft, I think, or maybe like crank the brakes. I don't know, but kind of a clarification, I guess. But I just thought that was funny. I thought I'd point that out to you guys. And yeah, I guess that'll have to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. First video of the new year, and many, many more new videos to come. Because I got lots of cars from Christmas time. I got lots more to review. So it'll be an exciting couple of months here on the Cars Garage, and hopefully an exciting year too. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time right here on the Cars Garage.